Perhaps you remember from school days a particular teacher who had authority. I certainly do. I remember a teacher in Year 10 and she only had to look at you and say your first name with authority. You sat up and paid attention. Likewise, another teacher with what you would call a booming voice, and once again you knew to sit up straight. In today's gospel, we see Jesus had authority. We hear that he taught in synagogues and people were impressed because, unlike their scribes, he taught with authority. Later, Jesus cast out an unclean spirit, and the bystanders say, "Here is a teaching that is new and with authority behind it." So I want to speak today on just those two aspects of Jesus' teaching. Firstly, the authority. It would appear that Jesus' teaching had authority because it was genuine. It was backed up, if you like, by Jesus' life and ministry. The people saw Jesus taught them how to live, but was first out doing that which he taught. This gospel is in the first chapter of St. Mark, so there is not much teaching that can come before it, but something very significant does come before. Jesus goes into Peter's house and finds the mother-in-law sick. Jesus immediately does what he can. He heals her. In addition, he heals all the townsfolk who turn up after hearing of Peter's mother-in-law's healing. When Jesus teaches, "Blessed are the merciful," for example, he is teaching what he already does. So Jesus' teaching is authoritative because it's genuine. Jesus practiced what he preached. Secondly, the newness of the teaching. There was a freshness to Jesus' teaching. Jesus preached a new understanding of the kingdom where all were welcome, everybody is deserving and worthy of God's love. There were no outcasts. This was different. This was new. And once again, he backed this with his actions. I mean, feeding 5,000 people doesn't leave much room for exclusion. The key message for us in all of this is Jesus' teaching in the gospel today still retains its authority and newness. It retains these because we know it is a divine teaching. It is the teaching of the Son of God. It is always authoritative and always new because it is the living, dynamic Word of God. As Jesus also taught, those who have ears, let them listen.